On today's video, we're going to be taking a look at some of the most serious questions involving Tron, such as, is Tron a scam? Did Justin Sun really have kidney stones? Why was the lunch canceled? What was it like to party with Justin Sun? And most importantly, why did my voice sound like I had chain smoked 3 cartons of Marlboro Lights? So buckle in, Tron haters and Tron lovers, because today's video is going to set the story straight. Alright guys, so in today's video, we're going to be looking at what is going on with Tron. I'm going to systematically show you the truth about what is going on right now, why there's stuff to like if you're a Tron hater, why there's stuff to like if you're a Tron lover. So let's start here by looking at the price of Tron right now. Right now it is coming in at number 12 on coinmarketcap.com with a total market cap of $1.47 billion. Price is coming in a shade over 2 pennies. It is down, as we can see here on the chart. This is the 7-day chart I'm going to pop up right here. So you guys can see on the 7-day chart, it is down about 25%. Now, if you've been following the news at all, you know what has been going on with Tron over the last week. I'm going to walk you through a little timeline, and I'm going to show you guys why I was the first channel to suggest the huge story that's going on underneath the surface involving Tron. And I've got insider info because I was there. So I was invited this week to go to tour the Tron office. Supposed to be there for all the Warren Buffett lunch festivities, but as you guys know, that was canceled or postponed, depends on how you want to look at it. We're gonna give you some information on that as well. I did have the opportunity to interview Justin Sun. You can watch that full interview. I'll put it right here, but I'm gonna be showing you guys a couple clips from the interview today, some questions I asked that are gonna tie this whole thing together. So also, before I get too far into the video, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe on this video for your chance to win $1,000 worth of crypto. You pick the crypto and other prizes, including 2 ledgers. Now, here we have a tweet from the Tron Foundation. This tweet was on July 22nd at 5:28 p.m. It says the Tron Foundation announces postponement of Warren Buffett lunch press conferences after founder Justin Sun falls ill with kidney stones. Parties agreed to reschedule at a later date. Now, is that lunch going to happen? And is that the reason for the cancellation / postponement? Well, I'm going to give you guys some insider information that only I have, that I talked directly to the Tron team. And while I was not directly given the reason, I have strong reason to believe that there were other factors at play why this lunch was canceled. Now, I basically wanted to know about the kidney stone. So the question I asked the Tron PR team was, does Justin Sun really have kidney stones? This occurred at the lunch that we were at. We actually, funny enough, the influencers that were there, myself, Ivan on Tech, Crypto Wendy O, Crypto Zombie, Crypto Beatles, Altcoin Daily. I'm leaving out a few. You guys can see, I'll put a picture behind me on everybody that was there. We got actually treated to the lunch at Quince restaurant that Justin Sun, Warren Buffett, and other blockchain leaders were supposed to have. They had already paid for it, so we got to eat the food. So while I didn't get to meet Warren Buffett, that was a nice, at least a nice gesture that we got by going out to San Francisco. So at the lunch, I talked to the PR team and I asked directly. I said, listen, I'm going to ask some hard questions. I want to know, did Justin Sun really have kidney stones? Or does he really have kidney stones? And the answer I got to that question was yes. Yes, he did have kidney stones, or at that moment he was actually in the middle of having the kidney stones. Now, I was a little disappointed with this answer because I felt like with a lot of the stuff that's been going on behind the scenes that there had to be more to it. So I asked again, I said, okay, he does have kidney stones. Great. Well, that's not so great. Kidney stones are terrible. But is that the reason why the lunch was canceled. And the exact quote was, "I didn't say that," from the PR team. So the implication there is that there's something else going on that caused the lunch to be postponed or canceled, as some might say. And I'm going to lay out why I think the lunch may actually end up getting canceled completely. So that got my wheels turning. What could have been going on? There was the day after the apology letter on Weibo, which we'll talk about in just a second. I hope I'm saying that right. But first, to understand what I believe is at play that's going to affect this lunch, but actually may not affect Tron in a super negative way, we have to go back to understand what happened. So after it was announced that Justin Sun had kidney stones, accusations started going through the air everywhere. So Tron price plunges. This is from July 23rd. Tron price plunges as Justin Sun denies money laundering accusations. So basically, there was a report out that Justin Sun was facing charges including money laundering, including pornography, and including promoting illegal gambling in China. Those were the three accusations that basically were hurled. Now, later on, there is an accusation regarding BitTorrent payments, which we're going to cover in a different news video. We're not going to be talking about that issue today. I'm still investigating, trying to gather some more, but I didn't feel like that issue was related to everything that's going on right now. While you may look and say, oh, well, maybe there is a connection, I don't believe that there is. And like I said, we'll be talking about that in another video. So once the accusations started going everywhere of wrongdoing, then there were accusations that he was actually held by the Chinese government and couldn't leave. Well, the next day, he posted a picture of himself in San Francisco and live streamed from San Francisco, showing that he was in fact there and not in China. So what happened here? What possibly could be going on? Are these accusations true? Well, to understand this, you have to understand what is going on with the publication that put these reports out. So the publication is Caixin Media Company. It may be pronounced caixin in Chinese, I'm not sure, but I'm going to call it Caixin. Is a Beijing-based media group providing financial and business news and information through periodicals, online content, mobile apps, conferences, books, and TV video programs. Now, this publication used to be one that was seen as cutting edge, and they covered a lot of really sensitive stories in China. However, basically after getting in trouble when they were Caixin magazine, Caixin itself was established. Now, this is very important here. Caixin Media was invested by various parties who secured, not who's on first, who secured a 40 million yuan investment from Zhejiang Daily Press Group, the state-owned newspaper conglomerate, for a 40% of Caixin. So you have to remember here that this publication is owned pretty much directly 40% by the state. That's very important to this story. So here we go. We have this right here from CX Live. Now, the next thing that happened after Justin live streamed, after the accusations from Caixin, then Justin Sun apologized. It was an odd apology on Weibo, a Chinese messaging app. Crypto founder Justin Sun apologizes for over-marketing Buffett lunch. Justin Sun is still too ill for Warren Buffett, but kidney stones have not stopped the Chinese cryptocurrency entrepreneur from wading deeper into online drama. So basically, he put out an apology on Weibo for over-promoting the lunch. Not for any of the accusations of wrongdoing, but for overhyping the lunch. Now, why would he do that? Now, I think this paragraph here, especially the last sentence, is super important to what is actually going on right now with Tron, with China, and with the United States. So it says, This is from the apology. Because of my immaturity of my words and actions, the 29-year-old son wrote on his Weibo account, the Buffett lunch gradually evolved into out of control over marketing, resulting in many consequences that I had completely not expected. What would those consequences be? Now, this part is very important. Son had posted frequently about his lunch on social media, going as far to invite US President Donald Trump to the event. So, we're starting to, I think, unravel what happened. So, let's skip to here to the next story, which is too sick for Buffett lunch. Justin's son attends Tron influencer party in San Francisco. Now, was this really an event of Justin's son partying? No. It was portrayed across all these social media outlets and all the newspapers that Justin's son was partying at this event. He had kidney stones and he was partying. First of all, it was an after party on a roof. It wasn't that crazy. Second of all, he wasn't partying. He literally showed up, took a couple pictures with some folks, and then before I could get a picture with him, he went to the bathroom. So I don't know. I'm not saying he went to the bathroom. He's definitely got kidney stones. But I thought that was interesting. Like, he got there and immediately, he did not look like he was doing 100%. He definitely did not look like a person that was not sick, overworked, tired, all those things. He did look like that. Now, I did get a picture with him. It actually made CoinDesk. There's several different articles, including Yahoo Finance, where my picture made it onto their story, which, as you guys know, I have a great face. But anyways, this is also one of the funniest pictures of all time. There's Tom Schultz back there, and here are the two twins from Altcoin Daily. This is a classic cryptocurrency picture, really insane. But anyways, the point here is all Justin's son did at this event was take some pictures with people and do a couple interviews. He did an interview with Ivan on Tech, and then Wendy and I, Crypto Wendy O and I, had the chance to interview him together. So how does all of this tie in? Well, here I'm going to show you a clip of a question on Thursday night that I asked Justin's son that I actually got a lot of flack for, and yet it's turning out I could be right. Yeah, so obviously, Justin, there's been a lot of tension between the United States and China, trade war. How do you feel like that could possibly play a role in cryptocurrency between Chinese projects and the United States?
Yeah. I think as Tron is a very decentralized project, it's also distributed, not just like US and China didn't take a part into the protocol. So I think as long as the protocol itself is decentralized, I think we'll be fine even between the trade war.
Awesome. So the reason why I asked that question is because I got the feeling that there was something much larger at play here than money laundering accusations or kidney stones. There's something that caused China to want Justin's son to cancel this lunch. And here is an article talking about a tweet from Ran Nunur. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I would just say his first name because I have no idea how to pronounce his last name. The plot thickens. Sources in China say the Chinese government believed that Justin's son promoting the Warren Buffett lunch was a provocative act given current trade tensions. He has been told not to pursue the lunch. My sources believe the lunch will not happen. And I also believe that unfortunately this lunch will not happen because of this reason. So, huge tension between the United States and China regarding a trade war. This affects many different businesses, many industries, and I don't think cryptocurrency is immune to this, especially with the crossover from a lot of Chinese crypto projects. Now, if over promoting the lunch that he was having with an American billionaire investor icon wasn't enough, if paying $4.5 million for a lunch when there are millions, maybe even billions of people in China starving, probably more like hundreds of millions, I would think, of people starving in China, but yet he's paying $4.5 million for a lunch. That could have upset some of the people in China. However, I think Justin Sun's gravest mistake was inviting Donald Trump through tweet to this lunch. Now, was Donald Trump going to attend this lunch? Absolutely not. However, just if those first two things were not enough to push it over the edge, this certainly was. So here, I'm going to show you guys a clip of the second question I asked and Justin Sun's response and what is telling there in my opinion.
So the lunch, several of us got to eat the lunch today, so it was really good. I can tell you the duck was great. But is the lunch for sure going to get rescheduled?
Yeah, I think Warren Buffett is open with that. Once we find all the guests the same slots, I think we will reschedule.
Okay,
yeah.
Awesome.
So notice when I ask him the question, he says he thinks and that people are open to it. However, there are bigger puppets here pulling the strings. China does not want this lunch to happen. The US trade war is real. It has affected companies such as Google and Huawei, I believe that's how you say it, or Huawei as some people say it, in China, the biggest phone producer there. It's affected already a lot of huge businesses, and I think it's now affecting cryptocurrency. It's affecting this lunch. So I'm gonna lay out to you guys what I think really happened. The real story here is that once Justin Sun pushed this too far, inviting Donald Trump to the lunch, the Chinese government had caixin put out a story saying that Justin Sun was under money laundering, pornography charges, gambling charges. Now, let me break those charges down for you for a second. The money laundering would have been through doing the ICO. The pornography would have been through his company he founded called Paywo, which is basically the Chinese version of Snapchat. So because everybody knows, other than me, everybody sends nudes on Snapchat, right? So on Paywo, it's the same thing. So that's where that's where the pornography charges came from. His association with Wink and TronBet, giving money directly to TronBet, I believe, don't quote me on this, I've been told that there was some money that they gave to TronBet. Maybe I'm wrong on that, I don't have a confirmation. But just the fact that TronBet is ran on the Tron blockchain and it's a gambling dApp, that is where the promoting illegal gambling charges would come from. That story was put out as a threat to Justin Sun. Now, was possibly the store, like, where did they get the information for saying that Justin Sun was in China and he couldn't leave? Well, some people have suggested, now these are rumors, this is not confirmed, I like to stick with facts, but this is a rumor, that maybe China was holding members of the Tron Foundation that were still in China, or maybe even family members of Justin Sun, basically holding them saying, look, if you make an appearance, who knows what we'll do, right? I mean, it's a communist country. We know China is a bad actor, guys. If you're a Tron hater and you're relishing in the fact that China is going after Justin Sun, then you really need to check yourself. You're actually on the side of a communist dictator regime that is starving people in its own country, not because Justin Sun's paying $4.5 million for a lunch, but because they're a bad government. So these were all threats to Justin Sun. His hands were tied. He had to postpone the lunch. Now, will the lunch be rescheduled? I don't think that it will. I hope that it does. I had such a great time out there with Tron. I was not paid to go out there. Right now, just so you guys know, I have a very small holding in Tron. I sold a lot of my Tron a while back. So it's not like I'm trying to pump or dump Tron. I'm trying to give you guys the truth. I'm trying to give you guys what actually happened. So I went out there to the tour. My hotel was paid, my flight was covered, and I got the really sweet Warren Buffett lunch. So they didn't pay me for any of that stuff. This is not paid promotion of Tron. I really want this channel to be one where I'm giving you guys down the middle information, facts, news, what is going on, and that is what I think has occurred here. Threats towards Justin Sun because of his promotion of the lunch and inviting Donald Trump. And now he understands that they can pull strings if they have to. So will we see Justin Sun tone down his appearances? Will we see him tone down stuff he says about Tron? I think we're gonna see him tone down anything that might make China angry. I don't think China wants Tron to fail. I don't think it wants Justin Sun to fail, but it just wants Justin Sun to remember where he's from and the power that they have. So that, in my opinion, is what is going on with Tron. You guys let me know. Drop your thoughts below. Let me know what you really think is going on. And we'll be talking about the BitTorrent story in another video here in a little bit. Maybe later today, maybe tomorrow, not 100% sure. But don't forget to drop comments, drop likes. Make sure you're a subscriber for your chance to win $1,000. BitBoy out.